What's up, tubers? So, a while back I was watching my favorite tool-related YouTube channel, now called The Tool Show, and they had shown the M1 Tomahawk, REEKON M1 Tomahawk tape measure, and I fell in love with it. I backed it, and I'm still waiting on it. But in the meantime, REEKON got a hold of me, and they put a shout out and asked if anybody wanted to do a review of the M1 Caliber. Well, obviously I've got a miter saw. I use it quite frequently, and I love techie stuff, so I was like, yeah, definitely want to try out the M1 Caliber. So they sent me an M1 Caliber. So we're going to set it up, we're going to calibrate it, we're going to go through the process here and see how accurate this thing is. And from what I've seen, read, and watched, it's a pretty amazing little piece of equipment. But we're going to dig in here and we're going to see what we can come up with. So I cut the end of the box open here and figure I'll let you watch me unbox it. I've never been one that was real impressed with unboxing videos, but we're going to go deeper than that on this one, so we'll do the unboxing as well. So here we have everything in the well packaged in styrofoam. Feels nice and stout. I mean, that's some dense polystyrene. Oh wow, this thing looks very well put together. I don't know if you can see that or how well you can see it, but it's very stout, very well put together. I know some of the early ones were 3D printed that people like R&R Builders and them had done reviews of and were prototype testers and whatnot, but this is gorgeous. Feels like a very, very well built piece of equipment. I can't wait to get my M1 Tomahawk. This is yeah, if it's built anything as well as this thing is, it's gonna be quite nice, because this thing is sorry, I'm not in frame, but this thing is tough. It's very tough. Okay, well, we know what it looks like. Now let's see what it can do. I just noticed that, I mean, this box is well made, yeah, but it's even hinged back here. They got a plastic hinge glued into the styrofoam. They give you a nice little REEKON sticker. I mean, it's 3M adhesive. It's a good sticker. Got some instructions, destructions, quick start guide, whatever you want to call it, down in here. It's very, very well packaged. I'm impressed. Very impressed. I noticed there was a spot inside the box for AA batteries right there, and there weren't any batteries. I don't know if it's because mine was a freebie or if they just don't give batteries with them. Not that it matters. Batteries are cheap. I keep plenty of AA's around. This takes 2 AA's, one there, one there. Your cover, the screw's captive. Pop your cover back on just like that, it looks like to me. You push it up in here like this and you thread it in, and we should have power. Well, like I said, they did send me this for free. They did tell me to give them an honest review. They're not compensating me in any way other than sending me the tool. So I'm going to give my honest opinion. I'm going to peel all this protective plastic off of here because, well, I'm just not a fan of protective plastic. Looks like they've got it over the REEKON portion here too. And there we have it. So, yeah, let's get it mounted to the saw and see what it'll do, shall we? Okay, so my saw, the Metabo here, has got a pretty tall fence on it, and I'm not a huge fan of the fence on this saw. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of wonky. But one thing I did notice, I mounted this up a second ago, and I've got no place to really mount it except for right back here on the flat part, okay? So if I get back here and I squeeze, and it'll lock down. Well, I say it'll lock down. There it went. And I release it, it doesn't quite touch down here. So, not that I'm ever going to be cutting anything thinner than 1/8 of an inch or so, but I've got a good heavy 1/8 of an inch gap between the wheel and the table of my saw right now. Shouldn't matter. I mean, for anything practical, it's going to be thicker than that I'm cutting. But if I was going to try to cut some lath or something like that, I'd probably have a little bit of trouble getting it to work on here. But let's power it up. And I know the first thing they want you to do is calibrate it. So I'm going to find a piece of 6-foot lumber. That's what they recommend. And we're going to calibrate it first, and then we'll make a few cuts, check repeatability, that sort of thing. I know there's an app that goes along with this as well. Not sure if we'll get that far today or not. I'm actually almost past my deadline on getting this review out because I've had COVID for the past week and didn't get around to getting it done. But either way, I'm really impressed with how well built this thing is so far. I will tell you that. It's very, very well built. So step one is going to be the calibration step. You notice I moved over here to the other side of the saw so you guys can actually see the subject matter, the M1. So we're going to go ahead and perform the calibration routine. Now this is the best piece of lumber I could find, and it's not the greatest ever. And you'll notice I don't buy cheap tools very often, but I did cheap out a little bit when I bought my miter saw stand. I've got a lot of Milwaukee tools. I've got a lot of Metabo, Hitachi tools. I've got various brands of tools, but I kind of cheaped out. Actually, it was a gift from the wife. The miter saw stand was, and I think it came from Menards. It does an okay job, but it's not the greatest thing since sliced bread. There's definitely better ones out there. But from what I understand, we're going to fire this thing up in what they call calibration mode. And in order to do that, we're going to hold this button, and press the third button. And you notice it says cal. Okay, so now let's bring the wheel down. Like I said, we'll make a cut right there, and you notice it says 0. It's not measuring anything right now. Once we make this cut, we know we're at our 0 point right now, okay? So we're going to hit our 0 button. Now we're going to make a measurement of 6 feet very accurately from where we just made that cut because this calibration step is going to be everything as far as the accuracy of this thing's concerned when it's all said and done. So now we're going to roll. And we're making sure that we're staying in contact the entire way. And the wheel is moving the entire way. And we want this to line up, the mark here, with the left side of our blade. Now, remember, your teeth are the widest part of your blade at all times. So right there, the left side of that tooth is touching my 6-foot mark. And I should just be able to hit that button. And I'm done. I'm at 72 inches now. And now if I pull backwards, theoretically, if I come to the edge of the tooth on my blade, I'm at 0.0. Dead nuts. Easy enough. Now the thing we have to do is we have to compensate for the thickness of our blade. Now, I told you, the teeth are the thickest part of your blade. Well, I've got a caliper here, not a caliber like this, but a caliper that measures in fractions. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to measure one tooth of this blade, and it's 3/32 of an inch. Okay, so now I think I got to hold it down. Blade. Okay. And we use our wheel, but I think I can flip that to fractions. Yep, there we go. We'll turn our wheel until we get to 3/32 of an inch. Oh, 2.2 millimeters, 0.08 inches, 3/32 of an inch. I think I'm done. I think. It automatically compensates for the blade at that point. Or should, I believe. Unless I missed a step, which is very possible. But we'll find out. We'll find out the easy way. So instead of making a cut, like I see a lot of guys do when they start, we're just going to press up against the teeth of our blade. We're going to press 0. Which you notice it was already 0. And then we're going to go 12 inches. I would probably prefer to be in fractions right now, but I'm not going to bother changing it at this point. Oh. We're in feet and inches. Decimal as opposed to fraction. Trying to pull it back just a smidge here. There we go. So that should be a 1-foot cut. 12 inches on the money. It couldn't get better if you tried. I hope I'm in frame, but it's dead nuts. I mean, dead on, perfect. Doesn't get any better. So let's flip through our display here. Use your blade button for that, I believe. And you do, your blade, tape measure, whatever button. So we're going to go inches, fractional inches. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to butt it up against the tooth of our blade, and we're going to hit 0. Now, it added that 1/16. Not sure where that came from. That may have something to do with the compensation for my blade. But we're going to go 5.5 inches. Five and a half inches, right there. Dead on, 5.5 inches. Do it again. 0. This time we'll go 14.25. $14.25. Dead nuts. I gotta say, I'm impressed. It wasn't hard to calibrate. You saw me do it all. You've seen me do this whole thing without cutting away at all. It's brilliant. Simply brilliant, in my opinion. I cannot wait to get my Tomahawk. If my Tomahawk is anywhere near as good as this thing's going to save me so much time. We're flipping a house over on the other side of town right now, and this is going to save so much time when it comes time for trim and things of that nature. It's going to be huge time saver. I know there's a lot more features, angles and things built in. Like I said, I think it ties into the app as well. If not, I know they have plans to make it tie into the app. It's awesome. And now that it's calibrated, you can take it off, you can pop it on. All you got to do is zero it against the blade. Remember, go to the teeth. That's the thickest part of your blade. If you come down here like this and bump it against your blade, listen, you can feel the teeth grabbing. Well, that's because the teeth are thicker than the blade itself. The teeth are the thickest part of your blade. You want to zero against those teeth, and don't push on the blade, because that's going to throw everything off even more. You want to zero just like that. And then you can measure to whatever you want. 13 1/16. That just happened to be where it stopped. I didn't even measure it that time. And it's 13 1/16 on the money. I couldn't be happier. Could not be happier. Thanks, REEKON. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to the Tomahawk and everything else you guys are working on. Hope there's more to come. I'm sure there's table saw attachments and all kinds of things you guys can come up with. Seems like you got some brains over there. I'm a controls engineer by trade, so I spend a lot of time in the technical realm, and it's nice to have people sit around and just dream stuff up. And your guys are dreaming up some awesome equipment, very awesome equipment. Thanks for the opportunity. Thanks for the tool. I promise you it will get plenty of use. And YouTube, I appreciate the views. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm getting up there on subscribers, and I need to get my watch hours up. I haven't been putting out enough content, and that's nobody's fault but my own, but I'm going to try to remedy that by keeping the content coming. Either way, everybody have a great weekend, and Electromechanician out. Peace.